Hey guys, so I had a couple people ask me recently for tips on like when you're getting people up in the morning working as a CNA on night shift. And so I thought that I would make a whole video about like what I do and kind of like how I set up my night. So my shift when I work night shift is 10:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. Depending on what unit I'm on, is how I figure out how many people I have that are get ups. And if you don't know what a get up is, those are the people we have to get up before day shift comes in. Um, so basically, what the first thing that I will do when I get to work after clocking in, of course, is I will go look in the book and see what unit I'm assigned to. In the facility that I currently work at, there are 3 units. And each unit has a different number of get-ups as well as a different number of residents. So depending on what unit I'm on, the next thing that I will do is I will look for what wheelchairs need to be washed and the list to see who is a get-up. Now, on the more long-term care side of things, we have basically the same get-ups all the time. However, we also have a short-term rehab unit, which I'm not on as much as the long-term care unit. But when I work on the short-term rehab unit, the get-ups kind of change because more people come and go over there. So usually I will have anywhere from like 3 to 5 get-ups, sometimes more than that, depending on, like I said, which unit I'm on and which assignment I have. So what I do after that is I will go and I will pass all my ice waters. So then, you're not having people who are hitting the light to get ice waters or because they're thirsty. And you're also checking people. So you're doing like a first round when you get there, checking to make sure that evening shift basically left everybody clean and dry and everybody's good. And if they're not, then I will note that down on a piece of paper. I usually have like a little notebook with me or a little piece of scratch paper that I carry around, and I will note what room and what was wrong with that room. And then I will continue to go on after I've changed the person and made sure that they have everything that they need. So once I've passed ice waters, then it's basically just answering call lights until it's time to do a second round. Usually, when I will do my rounds, it depends on which unit I'm on. The unit that I normally am on, like most of the time that I work, by the time I get done with the first round, because a lot of people leave them not well taken care of, or they leave a couple hours before night shift even shows up, it can take me anywhere from an hour to 2 hours just to get through a first round. So when I'm over there, usually I'll do a round when I get there. I'll do a round at 1:30, and I'll do a round. Well, I'll start my final rounds. Well, I'll start getting people up at 3:30, and when I'm done getting people up, then I'll start doing a final round. And yes, I do come back to check on the people that I have gotten up. Although the people who are in Hoyers, that I get up with the Hoyer lift are not, they're not usually checked on again, which is why I try to leave them to the very last as far as get ups go. But I will check on everybody else who's like dressed and in bed. Now, what I'll do usually, this is a way that you can save time in the morning when you're getting people up. What I will do is when I go in for my round at 1:30, I will get everybody's clothes. Like what I'll do is I will get their clothes out for the next morning if I have to get them up. I will get a clean brief. I will make sure that they have socks and shoes, and I will lay them out in the room. So then you can also do it where I don't necessarily do this because I'm afraid that if I put the clothes on at 1:30, like they'll somehow get wet, and I don't want that to happen. So I just wait until 3:30 to get it done. But you can actually like put the pants on them, put the shirt on them, and just don't pull the pants up. Leave the pants like at their ankles and leave them in bed so then they don't get wet. but I'm paranoid about them getting wet anyway, so I just leave them off until 3:30, and that's when I'll get everybody dressed. Um, so that's one way to do things, is to like get them actually partially dressed in the morning before your final rounds. So like I said, I usually, when I'm on the unit that I normally work on, um, when I'm doing my second round, which is at 1:30, depending on what time I get done with my first rounds, normally it's 1:30, then I will get everything out. So then I'm basically, my room is set up for when I go in there at 3:30 to do like the get-ups. And if I know somebody is a heavy wetter, this is not really to get for the get-ups necessarily, but to save yourself time running back and forth looking for things. If I know that the person is a heavy wetter, I will have extra bath blankets or pads, chucks, depending on what you use, what your facility uses. Some people use breakfast blankets, bath blankets, pads, or chucks. It all just depends on your facility. But I will lay them out by the bed so that I don't have to be looking for them. And another thing that I do to kind of save time is I will make sure that I have wipes in every room when I first get there. And I will also take out at least 3 briefs for every person's room, especially the heavy wetters. Now, sometimes in the morning, you'll end up having to put those briefs back in the closet. However, when I'm doing final rounds, I would much rather have to put supplies back in the closets than when I'm trying to rush through and get everybody changed. If it's a crazy night, I would rather have it available to me, like out already, not having to go look for things, because that makes things 10 times worse when you have to, like, you're kind of flustered because you're having a bad night, everything's crazy, everybody's on the call light. You know, you have those nights. And it's just easier when it's already out. You don't have to go looking for anything. So that's kind of what I do. I can go over more information, like, to help you guys like figure out ways that you can do things quicker. I think that it's just, you know, if you're a new CNA or you're new to the facility, I think it's just basically getting used to the residents, getting used to who's a heavy wetter, who's a get up, you know, who's going to take the most time. Because at my facility, on one of the units, there is a person who takes about an hour to get up. And this person uses a mechanical lift. So, you know, it is what it is. It's just the person is very contracted and they need extra time. So they're also very alert and aware, and they like you to do things a certain way. So they will literally walk you through everything that they want you to do, which is why it takes so long. But that's just how you have to do things. But hopefully some of these tips helped. Like I said, having your supplies out, having your clothes laid out for the morning. If you can do it, it's a great thing. If you need to put the clothes on at 1:30 because you're having a crazy night, go ahead and put them on. Just don't pull them up or down. You know, some people wear dresses and stuff like that. So, you know, it just depends on the person, what you're putting on them. You know, just if it's a dress, try not to pull it all the way down, because if the person gets wet or has a blowout, then you're going to have to change the clothes anyway, which is why you don't pull the pants up or you don't pull the dresses down. Not all the way anyways. Like if you're wearing a t-shirt, usually as long as you have like the chucks in the right spot or the pad or, you know, bath blanket, whatever, you're not going to have that issue really, but it just depends. So hopefully some of these tips helped you. Like I said, I can go over some more tips for you guys if you would like me to. I am here to help you guys. So let me know what it is you'd like to know, more information, whatever it is that you think that I can help you with, and I'd be glad to make a video about it. And with that being said, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you guys again in my next one.